Manchester City's latest £59 million acquisition does a lot more than you even think. With Omar Marmoush, Pep Guardiola has a solution. The Egyptian prince brings a lot to the table, not just the obvious qualities, but something Pep Guardiola has been trying to fix for a while now, and something that is only going to make that City team even better.
And you've got a new man to help you out up front, Omar Marmoush. What had you seen of him before today, and what do you think he's going to do to help you and to help the team?
Yeah, I think I've seen, still watch Bundesliga and support Dortmund, of course. So I'm watching Bundesliga, and I watched him as well. So it's going to be fantastic playing with him. I think he had a really good first half. Even scored. I didn't see it again how much offside it was. But yeah, you can see that he has something special, and that's also why City bought him for a lot of money. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with him, and it's gonna be a really good time.
He's already got Erling Haaland excited about playing alongside him, and that's saying a lot. So just how good is Omar Marmoush then? And how's he going to become a valuable asset to this Manchester City team? Well, it's safe to say his journey to Manchester has been a very eventful one. From playing for Wadi Degla back in Egypt years ago, Omar Marmoush has had to grind his way to the top. Initially signed by Wolfsburg, he had loan spells at St. Pauli and Stuttgart before a full season at Wolfsburg. And after that, the club decided to sell him to the team that made him become a European hotshot, Eintracht Frankfurt. Omar Marmoush has a relatively impressive 2023-24 debut season for Frankfurt, 17 goals and 6 assists in 41 games. But it's the form he hit at the start of this season that put him on the radar. Before making the move to City a couple of weeks back, Omar Marmoush had hit 20 goals and 14 assists in 27 games for Frankfurt. Frankly speaking, he'd now recorded more goal contributions than games played. Impressive stuff. He was registered just in time to make his debut against Chelsea in the same period. And on that debut, we saw glimpses of just how explosive the Egyptian can be. Won 5 of his ground duels, completed dribbles, and was a constant threat all through. Even got a goal that was chalked off. The point here is, the cameo Omar Marmoush made for City promises a lot. And if you're a Manchester City fan or Pep Guardiola, this is some proper news.
And we saw glimpses of Marmoush and what he can do as well, and what positives you can take from that, and what he can take from that from his debut today.
No, absolutely. Omar, have a tough opponent. James, physicality is strong, and again, so just we'll talk about some images, some never could practice, but he made an incredible movement that the players in the middle could not see him. So I think Gundo and Kova and Bernie, they should be more clever in the movement that the high line than Chelsea had, being in contact. But this question of time that know each other.
Pep Guardiola has said a lot about Omar Marmoush here, and they're all positives. He was impressed with the Egyptian's movement and positioning, and even questioned the ability of his existing players to pick him out in space, which we will get to later on. But this is a clear indicator that from the start, Omar Marmoush is a positive signing. Why did City sign him in the first place then? To start with, it was all about fixing a glaring problem. He's been City's main goal threat now, but if we took Erling Haaland out of the equation, it's not exactly pleasant reading from a City perspective. Phil Foden has recently found his spark, particularly since the turn of the year. After Haaland and Foden, City's joint third highest goal scorer is Joško Gvardiol. Joško Gvardiol is a left-sided center back who can play as a left back. See the problem here? For a large part of the season, there's been a lack of goal threats up front. Signing Omar Marmoush must have been a proactive decision, and a good one too. In the position he played versus Chelsea down the left wing, Manchester City do have options in there, but they haven't been all that impressive. The likes of Jack Grealish, Jeremy Doku, and even Savino. While we've seen a couple of promising performances when it comes to end product, none has been consistent so far. And Pep Guardiola will be fully aware that the game now is based on results. Essentially, he needs to have players who can deliver. Speaking of deliveries, you can get more content like this on Goal Air right on your screen by hitting that subscribe button to the channel down below. It's that easy. Omar Marmoush is a great option for City to have up front now. I mean, think about it. City is getting a player who at 25 has been around long enough to know how the game works. Loan spells have toughened him up, and as we've mentioned earlier, he is an active goal threat. In that City team, based on the current form this season, the only player who has gotten more goals than Marmoush is Erling Haaland. Pep knows he's got a solution on his hands, but there's a deeper reason why signing Omar Marmoush will be beneficial to Manchester City.
I think he does what Julian Alvarez did. I think he just kind of gives City a different option, takes a marker away from Haaland maybe.
They miss that. They miss what he used to bring. They miss him. Who? El Araña. Julian Alvarez. Pretty sure there are people like me watching this who thought City letting Julian Alvarez leave in the summer was a big mistake. Still think so too. With Alvarez, there were a lot of positives. Despite being relatively young at 24, he was a treble winner, won the World Cup and the Copa America with Argentina, and could perform when he had to. But the big reason was what he offered to the team. See, Julian Alvarez during his time at Manchester City was an easy fix in every attacking phase of Manchester City's game, and that's because he could play anywhere across the front, either left wing, right wing, down the middle, or even as number 10. Losing a player like that must have hurt, but Pep had his reasons.
Like I said many times with the players, he want to leave. He want a new challenge. Atletico Madrid is a top club in Spain, in Europe, and when they suggest me through the club that he want to leave, I said, it's okay, if you want to leave, I was just happy. Imagine stay here when he doesn't want to stay. But at the same time, I have to reach an agreement with both clubs. It's happened, both clubs are happy. Wish him all the best.
According to him, Alvarez wanted to leave. So why are we mentioning all this then? Well, City sold Julian Alvarez for a club record fee of £81.5 million. If we decided to compare this directly to the Omar Marmoush situation, then it's a like-for-like replacement acquired with a profit. At 25, Omar Marmoush still has his best years ahead of him. Think about everything we said about Alvarez. The fact that he could score goals and play in multiple positions across the front. Omar Marmoush is the same thing. He can even play as a number 8 if he has to. Unlike Alvarez, which is a good thing for City. Unless the years develop, you don't see Omar Marmoush asking for a potential move away from the club. Rather, you see a guy who'd be willing to play his best years in the blue half of Manchester. A deal that works out for both parties. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's still only early days, and at the time of recording this video, we've seen just one game with Marmoush in a City shirt. And there's plenty he could work on, like the timing of his runs and how frequently he was caught offside. But one thing is for certain, if they can get the best out of him, Manchester City have a serious baller on their hands. Time will tell if the Omar Marmoush deal works for City. I mean, we've seen a couple of strikers, particularly from Frankfurt, who have gone to bigger clubs with promise and failed to make an impact. The likes of Luka Jovic, Randall Kolo Muani, Sebastian Haller. But Omar Marmoush is different. None of these guys have the profile he does, and that's the ability to play anywhere on the pitch seamlessly. In his words, he's fast and dangerous. If he can live up to this statement, the Premier League might just be witnessing another Egyptian who is coming in to light up the competition. Do you guys think Omar Marmoush will be a huge hit in the Premier League? Or he'll be another hit and miss for Manchester City? Either way, let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Goal Air too.